What's poppin', everyone? Welcome back to the channel. Zach Lesage here. Today we're going to be covering over Regidrago VSTAR in the Shrouded Fable format. Now, this deck's gained a couple of new cards from Shrouded Fable, most notably Kyurem, which we can copy with Regidrago VSTAR because it is a dragon-type Pokemon. Is it going to be a great card in the list in the metagame? We'll find out in this video. I'm going to be covering over the deck list, the changes in Shrouded Fable, the gameplay, and more. If that all sounds good to you, give this video a like, subscribe to the channel, and let's jump into the list. Regidrago VSTAR is one of the top performing decks in the Japanese metagame, and it looks like it's a prime choice for many top players heading into Worlds. Regidrago VSTAR can copy any of the Pokemon from your discard pile as long as it's Dragon type using its Apex Dragon attack. It doesn't need those energy requirements, so you can happily play just the grass and fires, and we can accelerate those grass energies with Teal Mask Ogerpon. Using Teal Mask Ogerpon to accelerate the energies, energy switch to move them over to Regidrago VSTAR, and your Legacy Star VSTAR ability might just get you anything else that you need in order to combo this deck up. Having the power of options is quite powerful, giving us the opportunity to attack with Dragapult EX, Tina VSTAR, and of course the new Kyurem. I've been taking Haxorus in and out of my list, and it's one of those things where I don't know if I need it anymore with these new Radiant Gardevoir lists, but it's one of those things where it's something to consider as well. Fezandipiti gives us extra draw supporter, and of course, we have Night Stretcher to bring back any of our energy or Pokemon that we might just need back. I'm really excited about this deck, and it's one of my top choices for the World Championships as well, so be sure to check out the list in the description. It's fully importable on PTCG Live, and of course, if there's any cards that you need, check out our sponsors at Kayfabe Cards, PTCGL Store, the TSS website, and of course, GameStop if you have anything nearby. Let's jump into this gameplay. We're gonna go ahead and call the coin flip. I don't think I won the coin flip. Oh, I did win the coin flip. Let's go. We do want to go first, so we're able to kind of get Regidrago powered up on the first turn and evolve attack next turn. So this is a deck where you want to go first with. Not necessarily like the greatest start in the world, but you want to know what? We are able to get a Squawk out. We do have Ultra Ball to kind of get some other pieces, and I'm not entirely sure what our opponent's playing. It might be some kind of Donk deck. I have seen a few of these Entei Iron Valiant decks running alongside. I mean, the deck hasn't really been popular since LAIC last November, but maybe something has changed in the metagame that I haven't necessarily caught on to. There's another energy switch, probably not the resource that we're looking for. Let's try this one again. So we got another Ultra Ball, not the end of the world. So I think what I'm going to end up doing here is just going probably Earthen Vessel, getting a fire to grab some more resources. Because if I pitch a card, I can actually turn it into 2 cards. So I'm going to go Earthen Vessel, going pitching away a grass, going grass fire, and now I have the opportunity to go Ultra Ball away a grass and an energy switch. So I'm able to go ahead and grab a Teal Mask Ogerpon. I'm gonna Teal Dance this energy over to it. And unfortunately for me, I'm gonna have to probably take away some of those energies because I don't want to get rid of another energy switch if we could already kind of get there. So let's go away Ultra Ball, away Regidrago VSTAR, and a Super Rod. So sometimes this deck will definitely test you to see if you can get like all the pieces necessary. Like there's a Drago V, there's the fire energy. So like all in all, a pretty successful turn, but like how we got there was a little bit ugly. Regidrago will definitely give you some of these ugly starts. Let's go ahead and Squawk and Seize to get a fresh 6-card hands. And I mean, you can see that we have a Nest Ball here. Nest Ball is going to be able to grab us out. A Regidrago V, another one just in case anything happens. We also have another Teal Mask Ogerpon. I don't want to necessarily fill up my deck against what is likely Entei V, Iron Valiant EX, but like when it comes down to it, like, do I think that we need to get something going on here? Yes, we can always get Super Rod back with Legacy Star. And if our opponent knocks out our Squawkabilly in the active, I'm not going to be world's most upset guy about it. So let's just see what our opponent has going on here. The way that they're kind of starting their hand off tells me that they don't really have much at all. Like, maybe we'll be able to kind of attack them. When it comes to 230 HP Pokemon, not necessarily the easiest thing for us to knock out. We'd have to go for a Giratina VSTAR when it comes to this deck, because we've cut Hisuian Goodra, and we've also cut the Haxorus from this particular list. So it might be something to consider. Not sure the reason why our opponent's playing Fleet-Footed into switch into Arven. Like, I probably just would have played Arven first, but whatever. I don't think we're getting knocked out on our first turn, and to me that's kind of a dub. It's probably going to require us to have another energy switch, another grass energy, which means energy switch is going to be a really tough kind of start for us. I think there's a handful of things that I'm just not particularly a huge fan of. Okay, maybe our opponent is going to be knocking out our active. That might be something to consider. Their deck also might struggle a little bit with kind of rebuilding an attacker, potentially. We'll have to see how our opponent handles this. Not really the most, not really the biggest deck that I was expecting here in this metagame. But regardless, that's okay. Maybe we'll just be able to be a Tina Bandit, rip through our deck and knock them out. They don't get a knockout, and then we can kind of follow up over and over again. They also like lower their HP down to 210. We don't have really any damage modifiers in our deck, so it's really only the attackers that we have in our discard pile. Not sure if I'd be using Burning Rondo against a Pokemon you're not getting a knockout. If they got the knockout on the Squawkabilly, it would have been a lot better. Honestly, not upset about this. Probably just going to end up pitching this fire energy because we need a Touch of Grass. Remember, your requirements are grass, grass, fire, not fire, fire, grass. And yeah, we're just going to naturally pitch the Dragapults. There's a grass energy, so not upset at that at all. Probably just going to try to kind of go through some other resources. So since we've already taken out a Tina VSTAR, I'm going to go ahead and kind of put these to use. And since we have 3, I'm just going to use double Teal Dance to see what we end up getting here. There's a Teal Dance. Here's another Teal Dance. And don't overextend if you don't have to. Think like right now we're kind of big chillin'. I'm probably just going to Nest Ball out of Fezandipiti. I don't know if I really care about Radiant Gardevoir right now. Definitely want to at least attach a grass energy there. Now, when it comes to Legacy Star, we can see what we have there. We already have a Super Rod that's gone. I think what's best for us to do, since we're already powered up, I think we have to go Legacy Star because we've already lost another Regidrago V. And we've kind of gone through like a few resources where like I'm a little bit worried about what we could go for. I'd rather just be set up for next turn. So I am going to go Legacy Star, putting ourselves down to 11 cards left in the deck. Lost a lot of resources there, so that was a tough one. I think what I'm going to go for is a Regidrago VSTAR and probably a Superior Energy Retrieval. I'm going to evolve this one, so at least I have a little bit more HP. I've already attached for my turn. I think that Drago VSTAR, like, I'm really running low on energies, but at the same time, if I just knock this out, maybe they just don't have a response. So what I'm probably going to end up doing is going for Apex Dragon. And I think my plan here is to go Lost Impacts. And I'm just going to put 1 from the active. So I'm going to go probably a Fire Energy, actually, because we have more Fire Energies available. And I'm going to go Grass Energy there. So that does take care of the active Pokemon. And we might just be okay to kind of spread through their other Pokemon that they have in play. We'll have to figure that out as the rest of the game goes. We also have Night Stretcher that can get back another energy if they knock out our active. So we have a little bit more resource management. This is not really a matchup that we're going to use Kyurem in. Kyurem is going to be better against stage 2 Pokemon decks that have to start off at a basic Pokemon. So a deck like Charizard or Gardevoir, you can get board wipe turn 2, you knock out routes, as long as they don't have a Manaphy out. So to me, I think that that's probably the big moment that I'm looking at. Now, it looks like our opponent here is trying to figure out how to really come back from this situation. Like, they've already had to attach an energy. So there's a very real chance that now that our opponent's attached an energy, they probably are not going to be able to use the Magma Basin with an attachment for a turn. I think they're just trying to use Tachyon bits to try to draw an extra prize card, because their hand probably is not as good as what they want it to be. I wouldn't be surprised if we're expecting a pass here. Oh, they might just be trying to stall out another Pokemon. When in doubt, bring up your opponent's other Pokemon with big HP, because I could probably just naturally retreat this. But we do have Switch, and we do have Superior Energy Retrieval. So let's discard some cards that I don't think we're going to be using. Let's go ahead, and I don't really care about Ultra Ball, so I'm going to go Superior, discarding a Dragapult and an Ultra Ball. And we're going to be getting back some of our resources, so 1, 2, 3, 4. And when it comes down to this, I just want to go ahead and go Fire Energy goes here. I don't really care about, I think I might just still go Teal Dance, actually. Teal Dance, Grass goes here. Sure. I don't really see a world where I don't use Teal Dance again. We're gonna go ahead and do this, and where I want to kind of take this next turn is just going Switch into Regidrago VSTAR. How I might want to handle this is we can look at our different Pokemon. I'm not using Kyurem because I would discard all of our energies. We have Tina and we have Dragapult. Dragapult just might be the better attacker that we have. I can knock out the Squawkabilly and put the Iron Valiant down to the point where it's getting knocked out. I could also put, I think what I end up doing here is I'm just going to go ahead and go Dragapult. I'm not really expecting a knockout back, so sometimes you gotta have these like really good calls, and instead of trying to like knock out the Squawkabilly, I'm gonna put the 6 on the Iron Valiant. Sometimes you might want to over put the damage counters, so as your opponent plays a card like Switch cards, if my opponent plays double Switch card, one on their active, one on their bench, I'm not in a position where we lose the game, and Boss Orders knocks out both of them at the same time. So not only am I protecting my hand from cards like Iono or maybe an Unfair Stamp, I'm also lining myself up to draw 4 prize cards in one turn. I'm still drawing 2 prize cards per turn on average. I'm just reaping the benefits in one turn. And as they go Boss's Orders one more time, again, choosing the better Pokemon, it's almost like my opponent's like listening through the screen. We'll see if we're able to get that other energy switch potentially. Now, in order to make this happen, we probably just want to double check through our deck. I mean, we can't really knock out our opponent's active Pokemon when it comes down to it. So, and what we could have also done is gotten Squawkabilly to set ourselves up for a Kyurem play. If there's a chance where I can get an energy switch, how many energies do I have left? I think what I'm going to do first is just go Earthen Vessel away and Iono and see what I have left in the deck. I do have an energy switch and I do have a Prime Catcher. Prime Catcher does win us the game, meaning that I think we're pretty good here if I end up playing an energy switch at all, and I'm gonna have to play double energy switch to win the game. So let's go Teal Dance, and as long as I get one of those cards out of the deck, I should be fine. Doesn't really matter at all. We could have also just got it with double energy switch at some point. I'll just try with this other Teal Dance to kind of stay engaged in the game. Not really the card that I was looking for, but I could go Fire, I could go Energy Switch. And we could have got the other cards too, like I think if we just go this, bringing up this Iron Valiant, and we get it with the Regidrago VSTAR, but if I go ahead and play Iono, you can see that the other 4 cards that we're going to draw are the exact other 4 cards, giving me the opportunity to play Energy Switch from a Teal Mask over to the other Regidrago VSTAR, fully powering up. So let's go Apex Dragon. Apex Dragon, we're going to go for Phantom Dive one last time, and then this is going to put the 2 damage counters on the Iron Valiants, and of course we're able to just go ahead and place the other damage counters wherever we like. fully taken the game. And that's what we got going on with Regidrago V-Star. One thing that I've noticed in the past couple of games that I played is maybe I miss Haxorus a little bit more than I thought. And that could be I cut an Iono for it. There could be a few other things that I see. Now, Haxorus does 230, discard the top 3 cards of your deck. It's a little bit more of an energy-efficient version of Tina V-Star, and if your opponent has any special energies, you can just auto-knock out your opponent's Pokemon. So a Dragapult EX with a Neo Upper Energy could just get knocked out entirely. I think Regidrago is pretty cool across the board. Might play it for Worlds myself. I'll have to find out how it works in this next week as I get through my final testings on PTCG Live, getting ready for Hawaii. But otherwise, we're going to continuously provide more and more Shrouded Fable content, so stay tuned for all that and more on the Shuffle Squad channel. Peace out and have a great one. Want to support the Shuffle Squad? Be sure to check out all of our sponsors in the description to pick up Pokemon TCG singles, sealed, and PTCG Live codes. You made it to the end. Thank you so much for watching this entire video from the Shuffle Squad. Honestly, from the bottom of our hearts, we appreciate each and every person that supports our content, watches what we have going on every single day, every single week, even from time to time, and continuously allows us to have a forum to project our creative content towards the Pokemon TCG community. So if you haven't already, be sure to give this video a like, subscribe to the channel, and even leave a comment to help boost the YouTube algorithm. That being said, we'll catch you with our next video. Thanks again. Take it easy.